Okay, Google, play river sounds. Okay, Google, turn down to 3. Hello, I'm glad you guys found it. I was trying to figure out how to share it. All right, here we go. This is not going to be my strength here. Let me see. Do I have an echo on YouTube? Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, Tim the Mothman. Can you guys hear me okay? Sounds fine? Okay, good. Trying to make sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing it for me. Hi, Todd. Hi, sister. Oh, my goodness. I struggled again getting it ready to go. I've been working on the YouTube end of it, and I thought I had it down, and I did not. So, deep breaths. How's everybody doing? I figured I would just give myself a minute this time because I knew I got frustrated last time. And hi, Opie. How are you? And I didn't want to do that again. You know what? I'm going to put different headphones because I feel like these ones make me look like a little girl because I have a headband on. So we're going to fix that real quick. Okay, before we get started. Hi, Todd. Hi, South Dakota. Tongue-tied already. It's going to be a great show. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Tea and Spiritual Friendship with CJ Berry. Today we have Be True to You Teacup. And I love tea and I love just sitting and relaxing. And I used to, for quite a while, do Good Morning and Coffee with CJ Berry. So I'm here now doing tea in the evening because I don't do coffee in the evening. So I think I need to put this closer here, there. Then I can see both without looking too far away. I noticed that in my recording that they were kind of far away. So this evening, welcome everybody. Today we are going to be talking about karma, gardening, and energy. And I promised that I had a secret to tell, and I promise you I will have a secret to tell. But first, I'm going to ask you a couple of things. If since this is new, we're just getting started. Just a reminder that I will be here every Thursday evening at 5:30, knocking on wood. And where that happens, it's doing good so far. Episode 2. And we are going to, so every Thursday at 5:30, if you could share it, I'd appreciate it, like it, because we're just getting started, just getting going. And then that way we can keep it going. So hopefully, fingers crossed. My secret's not going to come out yet. It's going to come out in a little bit. So I need you to bear with me. I have a plan. So if any of you have heard me talk about my inner selves, the Inner Family Network is a thing I learned in therapy. And I just realized something I had not done. Tell me if this helps real quick. Is that better? Oh, not on the YouTube end, is it? It's better on the TikTok end. There we go. Okay. So Inner Family Network is a lot like our inner child. And that is something that we focus on, and that we learn a lot about loving our inner child and taking care of our inner child. And the Inner Family Network reminds us that there are many different parts to our inner self, not just our inner child. And for me, my inner manager has these nice lists to make sure I stay on track at all times. So that is just a big part of who I am. And my inner manager, my inner child often don't get along. So I have to check in with them and be like, okay, are we all doing okay? We're all doing okay. And these are just all parts of ourselves that relates to our core self in the Inner Family Network. So welcome. If you do have questions for me throughout the show, please put them in all caps. I'm going to try and manage between them and answer them as I go. I don't yet know how to answer them at the end. So right now I'll be answering them as I go. So if you have questions, feel free to ask. And hi, Jason. It's good to see you. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate it. And Brown Dwarf is here too. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. We're at an all-time high, guys, right now. We have 4 people. I don't know where to see it. Oh, 3 people on YouTube and 3 on TikTok. So we're at 5. This is good. This is really good. We're going to keep it going. So thank you for that. You guys all get a personal introduction here. So just remember that all comments are of kindness and strength, as is this show. So I appreciate that from all of you. And all of you already do that very well. So I'm excited about that. We're not just going to talk about karma gardening today. We're going to talk about energy and how those relate together. And one of the things about energy in karma gardening is what you put in is what you get out. And how I'm going to relate that is my book. Just because I'm excited, you guys get to hear a lot about my book. Give me just a second. We're drinking no stress tea. So we appreciate that. So the energy and how I'm going to relate that is in my book. And that relation is going to be very evident in the fact of the energy that I put into something, regardless of my intent. The energy I'm putting into it is the energy I'm getting out as well. That manifesting or creating something is not just a single part. It is a dual part because of karma. So in order to set the energy of today, I'm going to read to you something from my journal. I really wish my book could look like this journal because I love my journal. I love reading from it, and I love writing in it. So here we go. See, my messy writing. You guys don't have to read that. So today what I'm going to read is something that I do often when I meditate with my little altar back there. And it's, I open this space to divine love. May all the energy that flows through this space benefit our heart space. And let's just take a deep breath together. May it hold compassion, nurturance, forgiveness, and curiosity. Not only that, may it also have creativity and the truth. May we hold the energy given to us of courage, strength, and power, and a fierce belief that we are loved. So that is the energy we're going to take today into this as we talk about karma and karma gardening. So one of the seeds that I would like to plant and that I've planted with my upcoming book is In Dreams the Soul Cries, A River of Tears. And I would show you a copy of that, except for after our live last um, episode. Last week, we decided that there were some changes in there. And those changes have been made. And then the creativity hit, and I launched into a whole new look. And so next week on the live, I'll be sharing what it looks like so that everyone can see what the book is going to look like. So that will come out next week. So that's another surprise for next week because I've completely changed how the cover looks. So, but in creating this book, I didn't intend on creating a book. First, my intent was self-healing and self-soothing. So writing poetry is self-soothing to me. It's something that I do to help me heal when I see beauty, to remind myself of that beauty and bring it out. And so the poetry is something that I do. My journaling is something I do. And then meditation and my dreams and my nightmares. So nightmares are something I have always had since I was a little girl. Nightmares used to torture me. And we're going to talk about one I had last night, actually, in just a little bit, and dive a little bit into my process of um, how I meditate on a nightmare to see how, or a dream to see how it is affecting my life today. So we're going to do that in just a little bit. We're actually going to get deeper into that next week as well. We're going to really get into next week dreams and journaling the dreams and meditating on the dreams, but we're going to touch on it a little bit because I had one last night that I'm going to share with you guys because it was quite personal and quite it was a nightmare, and I have them often, but it was amazing. So one of the things, so seeds planted. When writing this book, if I were to or publishing this book, when I publish it, if I were to say, I want to publish this book so I can make $1 million. And the intent of my book is still what it's based on. My intent of my book is still based on the dreams. It's still journaling. It's still all of those things. And so in that, we have to be careful what we are putting into it. So when I'm putting all of my healing into it, if I am then focusing on selling 1 million books and making $1 million, the energy I'm now gardening in my soul with is greed. And while the intent of my book is fine, it's not wrong to make money or to earn money or for my book to do good. If the karma that I'm intending with is greed, I'm going to breed greed into it. And out of greed comes ignoring people's feelings, stepping over people, and just there's a lot of negativity that comes with greed. And so that is not my intent. My intent in my book is that it reaches the people that it's meant to reach, that it heals as it has healed me. And so that's one of the biggest things that I want to talk about and I want to share with other people as we go. So I'm excited to keep going. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I'm looking at comments and I'm getting distracted, and I'm just so happy you guys are all here. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, hold on, I got to there, is truth. I like to ensure that we have truth, but not all truth sometimes is subjective. So this is the truth as it is to me, and I hope it resonates with you. Right now, we all hold memories of our past. Maybe they're faraway memories, maybe they're recent memories. Well, these memories often can skew our truth in the moment. So, for instance, if somebody has treated us poorly in the past, we may think that all people, for women, maybe we think all men treat us poorly and will treat us poorly because of that. And so that's not a truth. That's a story I've told myself that's not resonating in that moment. And not holding to that truth in turn causes negativity. Say we're a child and we got yelled at when we dropped our mom's favorite vase and mom was really angry with us. Well, the truth we may hold in that moment is that I'm not good, that I'm less important than a vase. And those truths we build with ourselves as children, and they go with us into an adult, where sometime as an adult, we see this and we're like, oh my goodness, I messed up. I must not be good enough. I must be unloved. And that's not a truth. That's a memory that we're holding. And so that is a seed planted with negative karma. So when we look at that past memory, Hi, Granny. I am so glad you're here. When we look at that past memory, we are looking at um, a negative karma. So visualize this with me. Let's go down this journey. You're looking at the garden of your soul, and there are past traumas, past situations that you have not healed, that were sown without your knowledge, even, and maybe with negative energy that you did not put into it, or that was just put into it by the circumstances. But every time you try to walk through the garden of your soul, you step on a rock and you cut your foot, and you stumble and you stub your toe, and you try and pick them up and they're too heavy. And you may just be walking about not realizing it when you kick it, and then all of a sudden it's right there in your face. So just let's just take a deep breath and picture that yesterday. Mine was this deep, deep fear that I'm going to sabotage myself with my book, that it's too open, it's too honest, and that when people read it, they're going to see some of the dark things I've gone through, and that will make me be unwanted. And it hit me so hard that maybe it was too honest and too open. Last night, I dreamed that I was looking under my bed. And as I peeked under my bed, this dark shadow came out and just came right for me and just into me. And I couldn't breathe for a moment. And as I breathed in, I was like, wait, I didn't welcome this negative energy. Where did it come from? So this morning I woke up and I just sat there like, panicked, because it was an awful nightmare to be attacked by a dark shadow in your dream. And I just sat there and just, okay, let's focus. This is part of my process. Let's meditate. Let's think about the positive. What was this dream trying to tell me? What was the energy I was trying to receive? What am I allowing in that's overwhelming me right now? And as soon as I did, I realized that it was this negative thought that I've opened up too much, and that I've shown too much of my soul to the world, and that's going to make me be unwanted. And I was like, that's not the intent of my book. That's not the energy I'm putting in my book. The energy I'm putting in my book is that it gets into the hands of those who are meant to hold it, meant to see it, meant to read it, meant to heal from it, so that they know they're not alone in their journey. And just like with that understanding and that deep breath, it was like, okay, I can put this fear aside. I can take this stone I've now stumbled on and look at it and hold it and realize that, like so many stones, when they're cracked open, they are absolutely beautiful. And there's some sort of crystal and there's something in there to heal from us. And as I pick it up and I put it in my pack, I slowly am clearing the path for me to plant positive growth, so positive energy. And so as I look at this and I go, okay, now picking up this stone and putting my pack back, I've led the way. There's a clear spot in the garden of my soul. What can I plant there? Well, I can plant sharing this conversation with you. That's a positive thing. Sharing with you that you don't have to hold on to those and that you can let go of them. So that is what soul karma gardening is for me, with positive energy. Karma can be good and karma can be bad. We need to make sure we realize karma is not a bad word. Karma is not bad. We use it bad. We're like, hey, so much bad is coming for you. You're getting your karma. Karma's a woman. Karma's an old lady. And hold on a second. So with karma, we have to realize it's a good thing. It's a cause and effect. It is in science. It's what we sow, we reap. We see it everywhere we go. Karma is a positive energy. I don't know where I'm at on time. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm talking too fast. Oh, slow down. I was teaching in a class the other day, and I was talking about energy in a class I'm in my writing group. And one of the ladies like, Catherine, CJ, I need you to slow down. Take a breath. I'm not keeping up. So if I'm going too fast and you guys hear that and you guys see that, just go, okay, let's slow it down. You're going too fast. So also, I think my voice gets really high when I'm talking on here. So I'm like, okay, here we go. So I went over a little bit of the process of when those memories come up, what we should do with them. I'm not going to tell you that's a perfect thing. I'm not going to tell you I do it every time. Last night's was pretty clear. Sometimes I don't know what the dream means right away. The other day I had a dream that there was a river between me and my home. And when I say my home, I would say the home I wish I had. I wish we all had next to a river. There was a waterfall right there and it's beautiful, but I was on the other side and the bridge to my home was broken. And one of my children was on the side by the home and the other two were outside. And I sunk into quicksand. And somebody came up, and I don't know who it was. And I was saying to them, I need help getting out. I'm too close to the cliff. It's going to break off. And they said, well, I can't get over there. So you come over here and I'll help you. And in my dream, I was like, that doesn't work that way. I'm stuck here. This is where I'm stuck. And they're like, well, if you can get unstuck, then I can help you. So you come over here and I'll help you. And I was just so frustrated, like, but I'm stuck here. If I could get myself out, I would. And I just woke up and I was like, I'm still resonating with that dream. I'm still meditating on it. Like, what is it I need to hear and see from that dream? Because I didn't get myself unstuck. And in life, I'm getting myself unstuck. We can do this. So the second example of karma and seeds planted is my surprise. So I wish I had something to show you, and I do not. As we go into that, we're going to backtrack a little bit about the surprise. Hold on. Hold off on that. Hold off on that surprise. Is that we're planting these seeds. And I lost track. I got just on email from, I need to figure out how to turn off updates on my phone because it was from my editor. And I was like, what's going on? Oh, thank you, Gangster Granny. Breathe. Okay. Seeds of tears. What is seeds of tears? Seeds of tears is probably going to make me cry talking about. Seeds of Tears is a prelude to my book that's coming out. So, In Dreams of Sulcaris, A River of Tears is coming out on July 7th. That is my older brother's birthday. My older brother has been gone for quite some time now. We were very close when we were little. He battled with depression a lot. And I was younger than him, and I was young, and I just didn't understand. I believe July 7th, when my book comes out, will be his 50th birthday. Would have been his 50th birthday. I could publish my book now, and I can't. I want it to honor him, and we're doing it on his birthday to honor him. That being said, Seeds of Tears is a prelude to that. They're short stories about my life, about my meditative process, and how I heal in them. I am writing them as I'm digging up the stones and healing from them. So what you're getting is full of tears. Let me tell you, I've cried for 3 days on the first episode. Seeds of Tears launches on May 14th, the day you can also pre-order my book. If you're buying it on ebook only, you can pre-order it. Seeds of Tears, though, is deep. It's really deep. In the first one, I talk about my sister whose birthday is on May 14th, the day it launches, and a dream she had about me before she passed, and about my brother so I am the oldest of 9, and the older 2 I'm the third oldest of 9, and the older 2 have passed. My mod on TikTok, I am the bear, is my sister. So, not know if I was supposed to say that, but anyway, she's my youngest sister. And so I welcome you all to join KDP Vela, which is the Amazon. They co-op with Amazon, and those chapters will be released one at a time. So on May 14th, you'll get the first one. Then which is a Tuesday, and then the following Sunday, you'll get the second chapter, and you'll get 8 chapters before the book comes out. They're not chapters that are in the book. They're preludes to the book. So I welcome you to do that. And I believe KDP, for my UK friends that are on here also, I believe KDP is also available in the UK. I sure hope so. I'm going to make sure I have it set up that way so that you can have access. I know my book is going to be, especially the ebook. So what I mean by planting seeds is these are difficult things for me. Every time they come up, they hit me hard and can take me out for days. I am planting the seeds of dedicating these portions of my book to my siblings. So on May 14th, Seeds of Tears is dedicated to my older sister. who is now gone. And I love dearly and miss her every day. And I wish she could pick them up and read them. She'd be very proud of me. And In Dreams a Soul Cries, that's coming out on July 7th, is dedicated to my older brother who passed from depression. My sister passed from cancer. So I welcome you. That's my surprise. I'm not going to cry through my surprise. Is that is actually launching, and then I will be posting information about it on my all my channels. So stay tuned. Hopefully, I can get the link sent on there on the 14th so that you can see that. So I'm very excited. You guys are so amazing. I have to say, we've hit another high. We have 5 in TikTok and 2 in YouTube. And so I'm so excited. That's 7. We're getting there. We're getting there. So we're climbing this ladder back up. So thank you, Granny, for the reminder to slow down. I'm glad you love the surprise. I know, who couldn't want more? There's another one, though. I have another surprise. So just to entice you a little bit, guys, to buy my book, not that you need to, or to have any enticing. If you're here, I know it's because, hi, Drippy. I know you're here because you're already into it, but I'm going to be giving away a gift basket. I can't tell you what's all in it yet because I keep adding to it. Right now, I have this book. This is the book that helped me the most through my journey. I know it says goddess on it, but man, you have a goddess in you too. And this is a beautiful book you can all heal from and learn to love. It is also going to have, you don't get the one with my notes in it because my notes in it are pretty deep. So, you're also going to get some gift cards, a journal. Here's the book you guys will get, and a date book. This date book has like spiritual guides through the whole thing. So those will be in there. I don't know what else will be in there. I'm sure a lot of the things. I'm going to put one of my spell jars in there for authenticity will be in there. So how you're going to get this is you're going to one, sign up for KDP, Vela, and start reading the chapters of my book. 2, you're going to give me honest reviews of my book. So on KDP, we can chat back and forth. That's an amazing thing about KDP Vela. You can chat with me right there about how you feel about the chapter you just read. You can tell me the points you like, the points you didn't like, or whatever, or personally how it meant to you. So you just message me after you've read the chapter. 2, the second thing is once you get your book of In Dreams a Soul Cries, I want you to do an honest review video of it as well. So those are the 2 things that the 2 things. And the third thing is I really want you to be following me on Instagram or Facebook. And I'm going to tell you why, because we don't know what's happening with TikTok. So I post a little bit more over there. So if you guys are on either of those, please hop over there and then we can get you, there. We are at 10 guys right now. We are at 10 people. 10 people in my live. I'm so excited about that. I'm sad that you guys missed the beginning, but I'll be posting clips of it throughout the whole thing. So stay tuned for more. The other thing I want to tell you about is something I'm doing on my own personal journey. So EMDR is my personal therapy that I'm going through. EMDR is trauma therapy for people who have PTSD from past trauma. And it's a deep reflection into it. So what EMDR therapy is a way for you to visualize past this trauma that you've been through, this past trauma, but you're in a train and you're watching it go by. So your train is grounded in today. So you practice grounding. And for me, grounding is I put my feet into the grass, I curl my toes into it, and I just feel the warm moisture of the grass on my feet. And I breathe in and I'm in my garden. I'm in my soul's garden and I can hear the birds singing. I can smell the flowers. I can see my vegetable gardens. I can hear my children laughing. And it's just peacefulness the whole time. There's a rainbow over the top of it. And I ground myself into that. And that's where I'm at. And I'm just watching this memory go by. And if you have not had the privilege of going through EMDR therapy, it is exhausting. So as you watch the memory go by, you talk about how it feels, you doing this eye movement, hand clicky things, and it's very, very deep regression. So the second thing is to it is the inner family network, which I've talked about some. So as you go through it, who's in this memory that you're talking about? How can you love this part of you? Is it a childhood memory? Is it you as a child? How can you love that part of you a little bit more and remind them that they're loved, and change this narrative that you've taken with you from your childhood into your adulthood. So that way you can be the whole person you want to be, with all the parts of you loving and working together. Well, this process is very exhausting. There are times where I come home afterwards, cry so much, and then I just sleep. So we started a new process to EMD therapy, which is called flash therapy. And I'm very excited about this part of the therapy. So what you do is you go into the deep regression, you're talking about the deep trauma. And while you're talking about the deep trauma and you're going into it, she stops you. And it's like, okay, then you start clicking your things, and then you blink your eyes. And she's, tell me something exciting. Tell me something fun about your day. And you just switch gears and you go into it. Tears pouring, switch gears, go into it. And then she brings you back to it. Okay, let's talk about it again. So that way you start to associate this more positive feeling that you're feeling. And it wasn't exhausting. And she said that's why she wanted me to try it. My therapist wanted me to try it because of this, the exhaustion I was feeling through this. And so she was like, okay, let's try it again. Let's try it again. And it's beautiful. It's working wonderful. So what is true for me is that the EMDR therapy works very well for deep-rooted trauma and deep-seated trauma. But what else is true for me is that it's exhausting. And that if you can use flash therapy within it, it works very well. And I'm very excited about that. So that's something that I would love for you guys to try. And that is the end of my notes. Be sure to DM me your email address if you would like to be on my newsletter. What's upcoming this next week is on the 14th is the launch of the pre-sales for the ebook, and you'll be able to start reading the first chapter of Seeds of Tears. So I welcome you to do both of those things. The 16th is next Thursday at 5:30 is my next show, and we're going to be taking a deeper dive into dreams and meditation at that time. Less about my book, more about dreams and meditation, because this week it's just all right there. So I also will show you the cover of my book next week. So you'll get to be able to see the cover of it. Well, you'll see the cover of it on the 14th if you look for it on the ebook. So I just like to welcome you to, yes, Jeffrey, you do follow me almost everywhere. Several of you do, and I'm very happy about that. I just think you guys are amazing. Do you have any questions about the therapy process, about the meditative process that I do? I would like to know. Yes, I will be posting links on. Thank you, Jeffrey. I will be posting links on my Facebook and my Instagram. My TikTok, I won't be able to post links on there until my books are for sale. So once my books are for sale, I'll post the information on TikTok so that you guys can see it on there. But you'll actually have to either go to the site, to the KDP site, or you will have to go to my Facebook to click on the link to go to the link. But I will definitely. The book sales are going to be, once the book is for sale on July 7th, you'll be able to find the books anywhere books are sold. So if you'll be able to find it wherever books are sold by looking up the ISBN number. But if you want a signed book, I will be selling signed books live on TikTok. So then you can come to me and you can hop onto TikTok, sign up to get a live book, and then submit that through me. So we'll be able to do live ones there. Also, I'm planning a tour right now. My first date is in September. No, my first date is July 6th in the high desert in California at the Red Hen. So I will be sitting out there in the heat, signing away fireworks that day. Also, there'll be fireworks by the Red Hen. So if you want more information on that, it will be available in my newsletter, and I'll be posting it on all my social medias as well. That will be my book launch, is that one. I have a pending one for July right now, a pending one for August, No, that's the July. Pending one for August. Working on getting into Barnes & Noble. Hopefully by the fall, if not sooner, I will be traveling with my book and going across the state. So there's a lot pending for that. So just trusting the universe of when it's time to actually do a book tour. So the hopes and the plan is to do a book tour. So the KDP is for the ebooks, and the chapters are on KDP Villa. Those, I'm not sure how they work other than you buy tokens and then you purchase the, it's an app, I believe. It's on KDP is the Kindle app. So you purchase tokens and then you can buy each chapter as they come up with the tokens that you get. Right? It is very exciting. Thank you, Tim. I'm very excited as well. I want to hear your honest feedback. I want to hear if the book resonated with you or you were like, that just skipped right over me. Would you like me to teach you to fly on your dreams so you can take control of those nightmares? Oh, Todd, that is very sweet. If you have information, definitely message me and we will chat on those informations, because I definitely into dream interpretation. I love all aspects of dreams and dream interpretation. And did I miss any other questions on, let me see, on TikTok? I'm looking, what am I missing? Nope. Okay, I think I'm good. Dreams are something that has, I would say, at one point plagued me as a child, and now I've learned to love them. I really, really do, because they're so insightful, and I've seen so much and learned so much through my own dreams, and was warned so many times of something that was to come. And I have been met by people who have passed that I didn't know who had passed in my dreams, found out the next morning they were passed. I have met people who have passed in my dreams who have given me messages. Had one of my dad, and I had was surprised I hadn't had any of him, and I kept getting really upset that I hadn't had a dream that he hadn't come to me in my dreams, because I was like, I need you right now. I'm in a really dark place and I need you, and you're not even coming to my dreams. And one night I was dreamed I was walking into the house I grew up in. It's been remodeled and looks completely different now, but it looked like the house I grew up in. And he was sitting at the table and he got me a Coke and a charger. And he said, I've always been here. You just needed to ask. I was just waiting for you to be ready, and you need some energy. Handed me a Coke and a phone charger. And he was like, you really need some energy and you need to wake up now. And I was like, okay, so it's not the only time he's come to me in a dream since then, but definitely excited about that. So I am NLP certified and help a lot of people letting go of past trauma. That's beautiful, Todd. Definitely message me and then we'll talk about it. And so I can I need to set up having guests on here as soon as I figure that all out, because I want you on all platforms. And I'm not sure how to get you on both YouTube and TikTok unless you have the setup as well. So that's something that I'm working on figuring out how to do. I'm like, if I could just do one and stream it to the other, I don't know if that's a possibility, but as soon as I figure that out, I will be having people on here, interviewing people about dreams, about experiences that they have. I actually am working on right now. I'm very excited. One of the ladies in my writing group, she is a psychotherapist and has done regression therapy on people who have experienced other experiences with the otherworldly and UAP. So I'm very excited about that, to have her on here so she can talk about some of the regression therapies she's done for people. And she takes her experiences and she writes fictional stories about UAP, but she uses the factual information that she has learned through regression therapy and the regression therapy that she has done in her books, to raise awareness of the contact that we've had with otherworldly beings such as alien and angels, and so many others. There's so many. this is a whole new world to me. There's so many I don't even know, but fairies and mermaids and Sasquatch and Bigfoot are different. I didn't know that. It's something I'm learning. um, but that these experiences and people have experienced are real and they're beautiful and they're amazing to listen to and hear. So we're going to have a lot on here as we venture into consciousness. Consciousness is amazing and we open our mind to that. So as I close, I'm going to read you something from Heather Amara in Warrior Goddess Training. And this is part of the Tolkien way. I don't ever say it Toltec way. I don't ever say it right. Just so you know, I write in books, I bend books, I fold corners, and I highly expect you guys to do this to my book when you get it. Please. I would be honored if you wrote throughout my entire book. I actually made it a little bit of a larger margin so you can, because that's how I like to do it. So the modern Toltec discovers a happiness that is the result of love and acceptance flowing out of her. And she knows there is an endless supply of love. It is her nature to love. She embraces love and dances in joy and gratitude for every moment of her existence. This is the Toltec path. This is the modern spiritual warrior, an artist of the spirit. So I welcome you to just open your mind as we go into consciousness each week and work on your garden. Message me if you think of something and you're like, so my karma garden this week, we'll title that my karma garden this week, and let me know what happened. So I appreciate that so much. And you guys are amazing. I love all your questions and your comments on my videos. I really appreciate it. Do we have any other questions before we go? I would just love to see it. So I hope to see you all soon. I hope you all have a wonderful night. I will see you all next week here at 5:30 as we talk more about dreams. So have a wonderful evening. Much love, everybody. Oh, that's not the button.